Gentlemen, we need to talk. Not about sports, not about work, not about the latest gadgets or investments. We need to talk about something far more important, something that affects every single one of us, yet something most of us avoid discussing until it's too late. We need to talk about men's health. There's a silent crisis happening right now, and it's claiming lives unnecessarily. Men die, on average, 5 years younger than women. We're more likely to develop heart disease, more likely to die from cancer, and significantly more reluctant to seek medical help when something's wrong. This isn't just statistics on a page. These are fathers, brothers, sons, and friends who could still be here if they'd made different choices. Let me start with a hard truth. Ignoring your health doesn't make you tough. It makes you vulnerable. Real strength isn't about powering through pain or pretending problems don't exist. Real strength is having the courage to face reality, to take care of yourself, and to be present for the people who need you. Think about it this way. You wouldn't ignore the check engine light in your car for months, would you? You wouldn't skip oil changes and expect your vehicle to run perfectly forever. Yet that's exactly what many men do with their bodies. We treat our cars better than we treat ourselves, and that's a problem we can no longer afford to ignore. Let's talk about the barriers. Why don't men seek help? First, there's the cultural conditioning. From a young age, many of us are taught that real men don't complain. We're told to tough it out, to be stoic, to handle our problems alone. This outdated notion of masculinity is literally killing us. Being unable to express vulnerability or ask for help isn't strength. It's a cage we've built for ourselves. Second, there's fear. Fear of what the doctor might find. Fear of appearing weak. Fear of the unknown. But here's what I want you to understand. That lump you're ignoring doesn't care about your fear. That persistent chest pain isn't impressed by your ability to endure it. Early detection saves lives. Period. The conditions that kill men most often are highly treatable when caught early. Third, there's the myth that you're invincible. When you're young and feeling good, it's easy to believe nothing bad will happen to you. But health problems don't announce themselves with a fair warning. Heart disease develops silently over decades. Cancer often shows no symptoms in its earliest, most treatable stages. By the time you feel something is wrong, you may have already lost precious time. Now, let's get specific about what you need to know. Heart disease is the #1 killer of men. It's responsible for 1 in 4 male deaths. The warning signs aren't always dramatic. Yes, chest pain is a red flag, but so are less obvious symptoms. Unusual fatigue, shortness of breath during normal activities, pain in your jaw, neck, or arms. Risk factors include high blood pressure, high cholesterol, smoking, obesity, diabetes, and a sedentary lifestyle. Most of these are within your control. What can you do? Get your blood pressure and cholesterol checked regularly, starting in your 20s. Know your numbers. If you smoke, quit. It's the single best thing you can do for your heart. Exercise regularly. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week. Manage stress through healthy outlets, not through alcohol or overwork. Eat a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. These aren't revolutionary concepts, but they're life-saving habits. Cancer is the second leading cause of death in men. Prostate cancer, lung cancer, and colorectal cancer are among the most common. Here's the key: screening saves lives. Starting at age 50, or earlier if you have risk factors, you should discuss prostate cancer screening with your doctor. Colorectal cancer screening should begin at 45. If you have a family history of cancer, these timelines may be even earlier. Testicular cancer primarily affects younger men, typically between ages 15 and 35. It's highly treatable when caught early, with a cure rate above 95% in early stages. Every man should perform monthly testicular self-exams. You're looking for lumps, swelling, or changes in size or texture. If you notice anything unusual, see a doctor immediately. Don't wait. Mental health is just as crucial as physical health, yet it remains deeply stigmatized, especially among men. Men are significantly less likely than women to seek help for depression, anxiety, or other mental health issues. This is tragic because these conditions are treatable. What's even more tragic is that men die by suicide at rates 3 to 4 times higher than women. We're suffering in silence, and it's costing us our lives. Depression in men doesn't always look like sadness. It can manifest as irritability, anger, aggression, or reckless behavior. It can show up as withdrawal, working excessively, or substance abuse. If you're feeling persistently down, if you've lost interest in things you used to enjoy, if you're struggling with sleep or appetite, or if you're having thoughts of self-harm, please reach out. Talk to a doctor, a therapist, a trusted friend. There is no shame in asking for help. There is only strength. Let's talk about preventable lifestyle factors. Obesity affects nearly 3/4 of American men. It's linked to heart disease, diabetes, certain cancers, and shorter life expectancy. But here's the good news. Even modest weight loss, 5 to 10% of your body weight, can significantly reduce health risks. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. You just need to move more and eat better. Alcohol consumption is another area where men often take unnecessary risks. Moderate drinking is defined as up to 2 drinks per day for men, but many of us exceed this regularly. Excessive alcohol increases your risk of liver disease, certain cancers, heart problems, and accidents. Be honest with yourself about your drinking habits. If you can't go a week without alcohol, that's a sign you should reassess your relationship with it. Sleep is often overlooked, but it's absolutely critical for health. Adults need 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Chronic sleep deprivation increases your risk of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and even early death. It affects your mental health, your cognitive function, your relationships, and your job performance. If you snore loudly or wake up feeling unrested despite adequate sleep time, get evaluated for sleep apnea. It's a common treatable condition that significantly affects long-term health if ignored. Now, I want to address the practical steps you can take starting today. First, schedule a comprehensive physical exam if you haven't had one recently. Be completely honest with your doctor about your symptoms, your habits, your concerns. Doctors can only help you if they have accurate information. This means disclosing how much you actually drink, whether you smoke or use other substances, your sexual health concerns, your mental health struggles, everything. Second, know your family health history. What did your parents, grandparents, and siblings struggle with? Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and many other conditions have genetic components. This information helps your doctor assess your risks and create an appropriate screening schedule for you. Third, build a relationship with a primary care physician. Don't just see a doctor when you're sick. Preventive care is about catching problems before they become serious. Annual checkups aren't optional. They're essential. Think of them as maintenance appointments for your body. Fourth, stay up to date with vaccinations. Yes, adults need vaccines too. Flu shots, tetanus boosters, shingles vaccines, COVID-19 vaccines. These protect you and the vulnerable people around you. Fifth, if something feels wrong, don't wait. That persistent cough, that unusual mole, that pain that won't go away, that difficulty urinating, that erectile dysfunction, these are your body's way of telling you something needs attention. Early intervention almost always means better outcomes. Gentlemen, I want to leave you with this thought. Taking care of your health isn't selfish. It's one of the most generous things you can do. Every year you add to your life is another year with your children, your partner, your friends. Every health problem you prevent or catch early is one less burden on the people who love you. Every time you choose to prioritize your well-being, you set an example for the younger men in your life who are watching how you live. The silent crisis of men's health continues because we've accepted it as normal. We've accepted that men die younger, that we don't talk about our problems, that we ignore symptoms until they're impossible to ignore. But none of this is inevitable. These patterns can change, starting with individual choices. Your health is your responsibility. Not your doctor's, not your partner's, not society's. Yours. And the good news is that you have more control over your health outcomes than you might think. The majority of premature deaths are preventable through lifestyle choices and early detection. So here's my challenge to you. Make one change today. Schedule that physical exam you've been putting off. Start taking a daily walk. Cut back on alcohol. Begin doing testicular self-exams. Talk to someone about what's weighing on you mentally. Have an honest conversation with your doctor about that symptom you've been ignoring. Whatever it is, take one concrete step. Your life matters. Your health matters. The people who love you need you around, healthy and present, for as long as possible. Don't let outdated ideas about masculinity rob you or your loved ones of that future. Be brave enough to take care of yourself. Be strong enough to ask for help. Be wise enough to act before a crisis forces your hand. The silent crisis ends when we start talking, when we start acting, when we start prioritizing our health with the same dedication we bring to our careers, our hobbies, and our responsibilities. Your health is not a luxury. It's not optional. It's the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. Take care of yourself, gentlemen. Your future self will thank you.